Join us live tonight on Third Phase of Moon Radio.
Third Phase of Moon. Third.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. My name's Blake Cousins, and we're live taking your calls from around the world. If you've spotted a UFO, been abducted yourself, call in to 347-934-0378 and report your sighting right now live. Right now is the opening day of the Olympics, the 22nd Modern Olympic Games, attended by athletes and spectators from around the world and watched on television around the world. Is this not the perfect setting for an ET contact invasion? Is the world ready for this? We are at Third Phase of Moon. The opening ceremony today, threats of terrorism, human rights violations in Russia, the openly anti-gay policies of Putin have caused a stir that included President Obama naming gay U.S. athletes as delegates to the games under the threat that they could be arrested under Russian law. And even the animal rights activists are up in arms as hundreds of dogs have been systematically gathered up off the streets of Sochi and adjacent to sites of different schedules, Olympic events, and slaughtered. They're slaughtering dogs over there. If we believe that aliens are coming as our friends or our enemy, now seems the perfect time that we would need their help, or worse, appear vulnerable in a wake of this turmoil and dysfunction and the right for an aggressive action. What's going on in the Olympics? Somebody sewed their mouth shut today. The Russians didn't report on it. The main media did, but if there was an alien invasion, would the Russians even cover this? Everybody have your cameras ready in Sochi, because we got a feeling right here at Third Phase of Moon, something's going to go on right there. It's interesting that our Cold War nemesis and our Middle East and economic rival today may be the site of our first mass alien contact on Earth. What does this mean? Is this part of a grand plan by the aliens in leveraging this long-standing animosity by the two world superpowers who are both in their decline? Well, that is the question, and everybody's going to keep their eyes on the skies. Now, let's get to callers calling in right now at Third Phase of Moon. First caller calling in, 604. Welcome to Third Phase of Moon. Are you following the Olympics, Sochi, and do you have a UFO report you want to share with us? And tell us your name and where you're calling from. Welcome, 604.
Hi, this is Anonymous. I spoke with you about 2 weeks ago, if you recall.
There was a lot of feedback that came in through the interview we did with you, Anonymous, and a lot of the comments weren't they really didn't like that you're so negative with the aliens, that they're here to take us out, that it's basically, they were kind of, taking it personal, because a lot of people believe that the aliens are here to help, and they really, I'm not saying everybody was against your statements. Obviously, people agree and have the same perspective that you have. But what do you have to say to the people that say that, not everything's negative and this doom and gloom stuff's got to stop?
Yeah, no, I see where they're coming from. I saw it was kind of split down the middle. There were some who agreed, and there were quite a few who didn't agree or just didn't want to see it that way. But I would suggest that people who aren't really willing to see it from that perspective, or who don't have the actual experience to see it, because I have actual physical experience with these beings, and I know others who have as well. And what they're doing is they're conducting two programs right now. The physical abduction program, where everyone can see what is occurring. The abductees can see what's occurring, and they can recall and communicate it. And they're performing the extermination campaign, which is mostly invisible, and they're doing this through their advanced electromagnetic weapons.
Let's talk about the Olympics. Today somebody did a protest, basically sewing their lips shut, refusing to eat, and then the main Russian media press didn't want to cover it. What's your thoughts on that? What do you think the cover-up is? And if aliens did show up, do you think the Russians would cover it on their videos and their media?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Okay, stand by, Anonymous. We're getting a call. It looks like it's from Gainesville, Florida. Welcome to Third Phase of Moon. Tell us where you are and what's your name and why do you want to talk to Third Phase of Moon?
Hey, I heard your opening comments about the Olympics, and I was calling in about that. The Olympic Games is a big thing, and what happened with the meteorite there last year, that was massive. That's the biggest meteorite that's ever hit planet Earth. And to have that happen so close to the Games, it just seems like we've been seeing more UFOs ever since that meteorite came and landed. There's been just seeing more activity around the world, not just here in Florida, but all around. And now what's going on with the Games and everyone there, it seems we're ripe. And whether they're here for bad reasons or good reasons or to help us or to hurt us, I don't know, but it looks like we need help this time. We'll see what happens. I don't know about these people sewing their mouths together shut, but we'll see what happens. I thank you for taking my call.
Well, the caller from Gainesville, I want to ask you, what is your thoughts on the alien agenda? Do you think there's going to be an event over there in Sochi, and would the Russian government share this with us, knowing that they're not sharing this event where a person showed their mouth shut?
You know, I have an opinion like everybody else, and I don't know that I know any better than anyone else. But I tell you, I think that you're absolutely right. I don't think that if something happened over there, we would even find out about it. I don't think we would ever even know about it. It would never even, we wouldn't know about it for years and years and years would go by. We would only find out about it later. So I think you're absolutely right. And that's the reason to be concerned. But what can we do to change things? So we got to hope to be changing. So I thank you.
You know, my brother's also standing by right here, and he was suggesting that there's some news coming out about the Higgs boson and the God particle. Brent, did you want to share some of the knowledge that what this new technology can do for mankind?
Well, what was interesting, 60 Minutes did a special on it, and we're fascinated with the information that came out. They actually questioned what's billions of dollars being invested by our government and our taxpayers' money. What's this Higgs boson, what's the super collider going to do for human race? And what was fascinating, the scientist says, I forget his name, but he says, well, do you like the Jetsons? Could you imagine the world as we live in being something like the Jetsons? Well, hey, that's something to look forward to. And I'm anticipating technology like that happening just around the corner. I can't wait.
We just spoke with the founder of Project Camelot on the radio just yesterday, and we're going to be posting this on Third Phase of Moon. Carrie Cassidy, whistleblower. She's spoken with many people in the ufology world, and senators, insiders, people that have been murdered because of getting too close to the answer or to the truth. But Carrie Cassidy also says that, you know, there's this fight between the dark forces, and these dark forces are here to wipe out the population or genetically engineer us, and they also want to go to other planets and capture immortality. And I asked Carrie if we could have our cake and eat it too, because some of these dark forces, maybe in the long run, we as a people can experience what it's like to be God in the future. The singularity effect will happen, but will it be shared with the rest of the world? In my belief, I think overpopulation isn't a problem. When the singularity effect happens, we'll be able to figure out how to have free energy, floating cities in the skies, being able to live underwater without a breathing apparatus, living on Mars without any kind of suits, going to other planets. This is what it's all about, getting on spaceships that go faster than the speed of light, warping time, folding space. This is what it's all about. This is my theory. I don't think it's all doom and gloom. I think the future is bright. Technology is going to win, and humanity is going to prevail. Anonymous? What do you think? You think it's all we're up shit creek, or we're going to be the humanity is going to live on?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think the future looks too good, to say the least. I think what's happening right now is the ETs are playing out or simulating the Book of Revelations right now, and they said that the planet will be under draconian rule within 300 years from now. So the reptilians do somehow gain control over the planet in roughly 300 years.
Anonymous, stand by. Jim from Gainesville, you have a question.
You know, Blake, I didn't have so much a question as just a comment. I agree with you. I think you and I are in agreement, and I don't agree with this person called Anonymous. He should come up with a new name. There's a lot of people called Anonymous who wrote and said great things. You're gloom and doom. You should just give up already. You have to think that the future is going to be like the Jetsons. Otherwise, why are you going to get out of bed in the morning? It's got to get better, and it's going to get better. So, Mr. A, you're wrong.
Anonymous?
Well, it's easy to say you're wrong when that's all you're going to have to say, when that's all you have to say to support your argument. You're claiming that someone's wrong based on just your personal opinion. What I have to say is based more on reality. So unfortunately, sometimes basing an opinion, making an opinion based on a more fact-based opinions, making an opinion based more on facts and real evidence is sometimes it's a harder job.
I don't know what your background is. You're a scientist, you're a scholar, you're a learned man. I don't know what your background is, but how you define facts and how someone else defines facts.
Well, I'm saying that if you
your negativity, your doom and gloom, it sucks ass and it's going to suck ass worse. I think he said Shit Creek. I don't know what you call it. What is your name? Mr. A? You're wrong. Things are going to get better.
Okay. Based on what?
That they're going to get better are what Brent was talking about that you don't seem to have any information on at all. So maybe you could ask Brent again what it is.
Yeah, but I've
Brent,
already told you. Yeah.
He's looking for facts. What
yeah,
the God...
Here are the facts. The facts are history repeats itself, and if you look at the past, that humanity has been under attack by these beings for thousands of years. If you look at the Gnostic records, humanity was being attacked brutally back then. The Mayans, under reptilian rule, were forced to make child sacrifices. Thousands of people were killed off in the name of these beings. They purposely came here to set up colonies and control, to fracture and control humans, because an ununified population is easier to control than a unified population. They've been doing this for thousands of years. The reality is right now we're facing incredibly destructive natural disasters all over the world. The ETs are, in fact, simulating the Book of Revelations right now with these natural disasters and these trumpet noises they're playing.
Anonymous. Stand by, Anonymous. Appreciate it. We want to give everybody a chance. People are calling in right now. Anonymous, stand by. We're going to go to 864. Welcome to Third Phase of Moon. Have you been following the chat? Do you have a UFO reporting? Tell us who you are and where you're calling from. 864. Go ahead.
Yes, up Blake. Or Brent, I'm not sure which one.
You've got the brothers here, Blake and Brent Cousins, along with a person going by the name of Anonymous and a person from Gainesville, Florida, Jim.
Right.
Tell us where you're calling from. Do you have a UFO report? Go ahead, 864.
I have a UFO report. Anyways, I came here. My name's Brandon. I'm from the New Vatican City News Network. I'm actually at a hotel room in South Carolina.
The New Vatican City News Network. Welcome to Third Phase of Moon. Go ahead.
Well, thanks. All right. Well, anyways, I have a UFO report. I'm kind of nervous to tell you about it because, well, yeah.
That's all right. It's people come on, they share their stories to Third Phase of Moon. We try to suppress the ridicule. People do have their comments, but things get heated sometimes. But we try to, it's okay. People want to hear the story. That's why they tune into Third Phase of Moon. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, anyways, there was this one night I came here, and there was this one night I was at my house back in Rome. There was this one night I saw flashing lights right behind one of the curtains in the window of my room. And I looked out, and I tried to peek out of the curtain. It was this really bright, flashing rainbow light, like blinking, like really, really quickly, like rapidly, you know.
Go ahead.
I couldn't tell what it was. It was like...
New Vatican City News Network, what were you feeling at that time when you opened up the curtains of this rainbow light formation happened? Go ahead and proceed with the story in detail, please.
Now, I know there's probably going to be some people out there that think I'm on shrooms or I'm a schizophrenic or something, but none of that's going to be true, really.
No, I could hear it in your voice. Experienced something. Something happened. Don't feel like you're alone. I understand. You could... Telling people, your close friends, your families, you could jeopardize even your job by talking about a UFO sighting. But coming on third phase of moon and the communication, opening up the world to the community, that's what it's all about.
Now these extraterrestrials, they're kind of what's that word? They're intimidating. Like they can sometimes intimidate you, and they give you this nervous feeling like as if they're watching you or something. Now, I'm not trying to be paranoid here, because, well, but I'm just saying, I mean, there's possibilities.
Let me tell you, we've seen UFOs front and center, very close encounters, my brother and I, up close and personal, and we were around other people experiencing it at the same time, and people came away with different attitudes. Some people were scared, just like you were, or intimidated. And others were basically, some people changed their lives. They were kind of going down the bad road, found out that there's something bigger than they were, and cleaned up their act, got a haircut, and got a job, and, changed their world. When my brother and I saw it, basically it was just opening up again, a whole new dimension, a whole new way of thought. It was enlightening, it was not scary, and it was absolutely fascinating. We know something's bigger out there than what we are right now, and I got a feeling it's not for the bad, it's for the good.
So is it possible that maybe extraterrestrials are opening a portal to the future or something, showing us that, well, everything's going to be all right, the future will be okay?
Well, let's get back Anonymous. I know Anonymous has a different opinion than some of the callers in tonight. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I just want to respond to the fellow who phoned in before him and was sort of, sounded he was a little bit irritated. I just want to say, to call in simply based on on idealism. Idealism doesn't equal reality. So I'm saying if you look at the facts, the majority of people who have been abducted have had horrific experiences. Like I've said, a lot of them have symptoms of rape. They have PTSD under brain scans. They have anomalous bruising all over their body. They've been terrified. They've lost friends, family. Very few of them can say that they've had there's been any sort of upliftment or value increase in their life. The other component of this, even other contactees have said that these ETs. Recently, there was some discussion about the tall whites in the news. These beings are described as having cryogenically frozen children on their ships, and they were using these children in an attempt to animate the hybrids. They were using these cryogenically frozen children. They were trying to use their soul energy to animate the hybrids. So, and in addition to that, a lot of other contactees have also said that from their contactee experiences, they've been told that a lot of missing children have been taken, abducted and taken back to other planets, or have been eaten, because apparently some of the reptilian races actually eat people. So, unfortunately, idealism doesn't equal reality, and there's evidence, actual physical evidence, and hearsay that all lends itself to there being a far more malevolent presence. So, that's all I'd have to say in response to him.
Hey, Mr. A, what city are you living in, Mr. A? Just so I know to tell everyone not to move there. It's such a down opinion you have. You don't believe that the common cold is
well,
cured?
it's not opinion. Yeah, but this
Technology?
is an opinion. This
Facts,
is an opinion.
race
Yeah, but
evolves,
this isn't. But you're. Yeah, but you're not. But you're not listening to.
No, I'm not listening to anything you say. What you say is
yeah,
wrong.
you're not because you're ignoring all the. You're
agree that
how is
the world and its people in the world evolve. We're going to get better, and you're going to die.
Yeah, there's
You're
nothing
dead.
wrong
You're
with.
Just like, what city are you calling from?
Listen. If I wasn't positive,
Tell
I
everyone
wouldn't
not
be
to move
talking
there.
to you right now. Listen to me.
Oh,
yeah, but you're not even making sense. Listen to yourself. How could someone who's not positive possibly be able to even phone in and speak about what he's going through, let alone informing other people what he's going through? That's extremely positive. The truth is always positive. Okay? The truth is always positive.
This is what I think, Jim from Gainesville is kind of trying to get at. But let me, the questions and the callers, I know it gets heated at times on Third Phase of the Moon, but I kind of want to ask you a question, Anonymous. If you had this choice, basically it's like the Matrix, and it's going to happen. The singularity effect is going to happen. It's not going to be too far away from now, 10, 15 years. Kerry Cassidy says it's already here. The elite has it. If you were given an opportunity to take a pill, one, you're basically going to live a normal life as a regular human, or the red pill, you could take the red pill and then basically immortality is at your hands. You will not get sick. You will not age. You basically could reverse your age process. Hey, if you wanted to kill yourself, you could still jump off a cliff or, shoot yourself, one or the other. You still have the opportunity to die if you blow it. But if you're smart, you're not going to make any mistakes. Immortality, no sickness. What would be your choice?
Personally, I would take the first option, and I feel as though I already have because I'm directly experiencing attacks from these beings every day, and I meet it with a lot of optimism. Otherwise, I wouldn't have the strength to come on the radio or to help other people because I'm helping other people as well while I'm being directly attacked. So what he's saying doesn't even make sense under scrutiny, and that's completely, and he's completely ignoring all the physical evidence. So yeah, it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, I'd take the first option because I don't trust these beings at all because they've shown themselves to be untrustworthy.
Over thousands of years, if immortality was there to obtain, don't you think we'd be able to resolve these problems? 80 to 100 years of life is a blink of an eye in existence. But if we could live for thousands of years, if not immortality, don't you think we'd be able to resolve some of these differences and what's the reason for war? That's what I would take the red pill. I believe that the human race is destined. If God, let's just say God, the God particle or whatever, gave us our reasoning for thought, and we came up with a thought process to mathematically come up with these sentient beings, figure out this technology, and get to the singularity effect. Hey, God gave us that power to do so. It wasn't a mistake. It was God's plan.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, but what's happening right now is these ETs are purposely keeping us in a suppressed position to prevent anything like that from happening, because the first thing that's going to occur is at some point we're going to detect what they're doing to us, and they are terrified of that.
Anonymous does have his point of views. I want to get to other people's point of views. I want to get the New Vatican City's news network, his opinion, and what if his answer, if he would take the first option or the red pill, immortality, New Vatican City. It's a whole new world coming up, and I think everybody that has some kind of thought process of, hey, this isn't about religion. This is about basic evolution, I think. And it's basically the evolution of man created by God, and God's given us the right to do this and evolve into this scientific technology world to go to different places, distant planets, just like the movies Star Trek. Vatican City, what would be your choice?
I think I would take the blue pill, basically. I'll just take the blue pill.
So you would go for basically the immortality, or basically living as a regular person and then that's it?
Living
Are you
as
going to go with technology, or
living as a regular person, because having immortality, sometimes that can have a really horrible risk. For every good thing, there's always usually some kind of consequence. So, yeah.
All right, New Vatican City, I got you. People, it surprises me that people don't want to live forever. I don't understand it. Hey, you could reverse your cell process to reverse engineer, get younger. Let's just say if you're in your 60s, you could take this pill and reverse engineer your place into the best place you want to be. Hey, maybe 30 years old was your prime. Maybe that's not it. Maybe you want to go to 20 years old. What's the problem? I don't know. This is what man's going. It's going in that direction. I don't think it's a bad thing. Hey, if you don't like it, like I said, why not take the pill? You could still jump off a cliff or walk off the bus. I don't get it. Let's go to another caller, 952. Welcome to Third Phase of Moon. Tell us where you're calling from. Do you have a UFO report you want to share, or what do you think of the conversation? 952. Welcome to Third Phase of Moon.
I'm just listening. I have sent you videos before, and I'm from Minnesota, and I'm just going to listen tonight.
Elizabeth, if there was a pill, Elizabeth, and you had the decision to make if you wanted to live forever or live as a regular human, let me tell you, the choice is you could still take the pill and live forever, and, hey, if you don't like it, you could jump off a cliff. What would you do? What's your choice?
Would I want to live forever? I don't think so.
You could still jump off a cliff. What's wrong with living for thousands of years so you could get to other planets if that's what you want?
Well, then that'd be great.
Well, then you would want to live forever then, right? That's all I'm saying.
That's correct. Yes, I would.
Okay, well, the other two callers disagree, and that's what fascinates me. People have different opinions. Some people don't want to have the opportunity to live forever and possibly go to other planets, explore, see different things, find out about different species that live around the universe. Your families could come along with you. You have kids. They grow up. They could be with you. It could be a family adventure like the Robinson family. I don't have a problem with this.
How about disease and sickness?
Well, that's not a problem. Done. Gone. No disease and sickness.
Gone. Everything would be hunky-dory. Would just be happy and...
Well, you can still be mad or happy. It's up to the human. It's not like they want to genetically engineer us to think in a thought process. We still have our own humanity or souls about us, but, hey, we're in a body that's not going to fail us. Our brains are designed to live for 3,000 years at least, but there's a trigger.
What would you do?
I already claimed I would take the pill. I want to be into that the immortality world because we haven't seen anything yet.
No, we haven't.
So that's it. Let's go. Anonymous, are you changing your mind here or what?
No, I'm still pretty set in what I have to say about it and how I feel. But I don't know what I'm sort of trying to figure out here is I'm not sure which ET group people are thinking are going to offer this to them, because the ones that are present here right now are the ones that have been torturing, killing, and mutilating people for thousands of years. So if these are the guys
true.
that, sorry,
that's not true. There's lots of different races here.
No, well, not based on evidence and not based on history.
Well, there's a dark
I don't know
race.
who. But okay, I'd like to ask, if there's a group here, what group are you speaking of, and what have they done
Number
to help
one, there's
people?
the Anunnaki that are here. There's a Montanari that are here. There's the Greys that are here. There's all kinds of different species that are here, and then they're like dogs and cats. There's the bad ones, and then there's the good ones. Not every race is all bad. That's what I have to say. But
hey, this is Jim back in Gainesville, Florida, and I'm glad to hear an opinion different from that Mr. A. We don't even know what Mr. A's city, we don't know where he's from, but we don't want to move there where he's from. I would take that would enable me to live forever. I would take the pill and keep taking the pill that would enable me to live forever. If it enabled me to live forever, it wouldn't have been bad for me, so I would take it. But NPR reported this week that in 60 years there will be no more Winter Olympic Games if global climate changes are not solved. The same technology that will enable us to live forever will first solve our energy and climate problems. So we all got to be positive and look into the future.
But I don't think there's any global warming. I think there's a global ice age coming.
Exactly. There's no experts in the climate. Al Gore came out with this thing. What was it? The inconvenient truth. Turned out unconventional truth. Well, it was unconventional in my opinion. And basically it proved that everything that was in that documentary was overinflated and basically false facts that were going on. I think what we're trying to get at, or I'm trying to get at, is even with global warming, nobody knows the future. Through genetic engineering or the singularity effect and nanotechnology, we'll be able to cure any cancer, live forever, reverse engineer the process, even if there is a global warming problem. There's not a problem. We'll adjust our bodies to take in less oxygen or more carbon monoxide, whatever we need. But we're saying that you could even breathe underwater and live underwater oceans, just like the movie The Abyss. This isn't too far away. This isn't science fiction. This is science fact that's happening right now, according to Carrie Cassidy.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to get Anonymous again. Anonymous, Anonymous, what's the problem if you had the choice to at least try it out? You didn't like it, hey, you could stop your life at any time when you're not happy. Why not take a chance?
Well, because these beings have revealed themselves to be notorious liars and totally untrustworthy. And the being that you're proposing would give someone this opportunity. How do you know who they are or what their true intentions are? I mean,
you don't know. You don't know.
You don't know. So I'm saying it's a huge risk. And if you take this to
you don't know what their true intentions are. What you're saying is essentially a racist statement. What they? How do you know they are they? You don't even know nothing.
It's not racist at all.
But listen
to me.
You make it up as you go along.
No, I'm not making up anything. This could be, if you take it to its logical conclusion, this could all be one race. This could be all.
It's not one race. There's many
I'm saying
races
if you take this
out
to its logical conclusion, it could be all one race.
Wrong.
Of
You've been wrong forever. You're
shapeshifters.
Wrong.
No. You need to educate yourself.
I am very educated.
No, listen to me. You need to read Gods of Eden. You need to look up the John Lash material. That's what's happening right now. These beings have terraformed the planet before. They've done this all before. They can control these natural disasters. They can cause weather disasters. They've done this all before. They're notorious liars. People have PSTD. They have symptoms of rape. And the supposedly benevolent groups haven't said anything regarding the Gnostic materials or how to even protect yourself from these attacks.
But that's not their job.
You had something to say? Go ahead, Elizabeth.
This is not their jobs to inform you on what's going on. Number one, there's dark grays. Yes, there are. There are some grays that do work for the government. The Anunnaki, they are here. The Mononary are here. The whites, the tall whites are here. There's many, 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 many groups. They're not all bad, just like a cat or a dog. There's a group of bad cats. There's a group of bad people. It's just the same thing with them. They're not terraforming our world. Fine, yes, some of them are abducting people, but I also think that the government is also involved in some of that.
Wow, Elizabeth, thanks for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon. I wanted to thank the New Vatican City News Network for joining us, and also, Anonymous, I hope one of these days they'll have a different opinion on where the world and humanity is going. And this has been an incredibly controversial radio show, but hey, this is what Third Phase of Moon is all about. I want to thank everybody around the world that subscribe to Third Phase of Moon and submit their incredible videos, because without them, we wouldn't be here. Everybody, keep your eyes on the skies. If you're in Sochi, Olympics, have your cameras ready. Something's going on. And if you capture something incredible, submit it to us via Skype or Facebook. My name's Blake Cousins, and we'll see you again next time.
Today's announcement of a really fascinating result about current water on Mars is one of the reasons why I feel it's even more imperative that we send astrobiologists and planetary scientists to Mars to explore the question of, is there current life on Mars? From the Curiosity rover, we now know that Mars once was a planet very much like Earth, with warm, salty seas, with freshwater lakes, probably snow-capped peaks and clouds and a water cycle, just like we're studying here on Earth with our Earth science satellites, the water cycle here on Earth. But something has happened to Mars. It lost its water, but we still have, in the atmosphere and on the surface, for the most part, but we still have this question of, did life arise on Mars once, and can we find out?
Mars suffered a major climate change and lost its surface water. Today, we're revolutionizing our understanding of this planet. Our rovers are finding that there's a lot more humidity in the air than we ever imagined. As we ingest the soils, they're moist, they're hydrated, full of water. These discoveries are very important, but they were only part of the hydrological cycle on Mars that we're just now beginning to understand. What we're going to announce today is that Mars is not the dry, arid planet that we thought of in the past. Today we're going to announce that under certain circumstances, liquid water has been found on Mars.